Art, by definition, is the expression or application of human creative skill and imagination, typically in a visual form such as painting or a sculpture, producing works to be appreciated primarily for their beauty or emotional power. Personally, though, I find defining art for myself to be quite a challenging task. There are just some things in life that are extremely difficult to define with words alone. But if I had to find a word that best describes what art is, I would use the word connection. Art is the connection created between the creator of the piece and the recipient of the final product. The artist maybe had a set goal of creating a feeling of happiness or accomplishment that they wanted the viewer to feel. Or maybe the artist sought to educate someone on a topic that they find important. Or maybe the artist doesn't give a crap about anyone else seeing their final product and they just need something to vent onto. Regardless of the reasoning, there is a connection being made. It could be a connection between people, or it could be a connecting with oneself. And with modern technology, the avenue for expression has broadened exponentially, with people being able to express themselves in many different ways beyond a painting or a sculpture. Whether it's designing an outfit, making music, putting on makeup, making a movie, or hell, even creating a YouTube video, all of it is art. All of it connects us. But beyond just connecting us, art also has some other properties that are just as important. One being, art has to be unique. Copying someone else's work and passing it off as your own isn't art. It's plagiarism. And that isn't to say you can't take inspiration from something. Inspiration is a good thing, and hell, a ton of artists even aspire to inspire future artists. And just so you know, every artist ever has taken inspiration from something or someone, even if they don't know it. Your subconscious is a weird thing. Unless you've accessed a part of the universe where no one else has and which it's your own, you are most definitely taking some sort of inspiration from something. And finally, a brand new requirement for something to be art is it has to be made by a living thing. With this brand new mass spread reliance on AI, art is definitely in danger, with many individuals claiming AI art to be their own because they typed a prompt into a screen. And truthfully, I am not going to entertain this notion. Images and prompts created by an overpowered calculator are not art, and people trying to say that it is are probably just lazy bastards. AI isn't art. It's just simply content. Content is defined as information presented with a purpose distributed to people in a particular form. And unlike art that is extremely nuanced and complex, content is just that. Content. And this isn't to say content is inherently bad. I mean, there's content in art itself. And good content with a good purpose is, well, good. A great example of this is world building in a show. Sure, while it's just simply content, it serves a purpose in making the art better. But not all content is like this. Oftentimes, especially in recent years, content has been used to inorganically insert underdeveloped political ideas, groom children into buying shitty merchandise, and keep people brainless and frankly quite stupid. And this has had some drastic consequences for both storytelling and the real world. On the storytelling side of things, stories, well, are starting to really suck. Characterization, development, adequate amount of time to polish technical issues, and the scripts have really taken a back seat in terms of importance in order for corporate agendas to be put at the forefront, damaging both the art form and the creators of the art. And while some of you might be saying, well, who cares? It's just a dumb story. It's just art. Well, I do. Because naturally, art has a major effect on the way individuals think on a daily basis. Take children, for example. I'm not sure if any of you remember what it's like to be a young child, but on the off chance you do, or if you just have a kid or work with them, you know kids really don't give a shit about school. So in many ways, it's up to the parents to fill in these gaps. But parents are working all the time. Many don't have the time to sit down with a kid for 10 hours a day and entertain them. So what do? They put the TV on, switch to Disney Channel or Nickelodeon, and hope they can learn a thing or two from the children's show. But you see, children's shows aren't what they were 20 years ago. Instead of shows focusing on the script and trying to interweave life lessons and some critical analysis while remaining entertaining, think Avatar: The Last Airbender, Adventure Time, and the Batman animated series, they've instead switched to first making sure their political agendas are in check. Think basically any children's product since like 2010. And this backwards process has mutated what once was thought-provoking entertainment into mindless slop. When toxic content is given shotgun and art is pushed to the back seat, well, you get kids that can't even read or formulate a proper sentence. But why is this happening? Why are all of our movies and shows going to shit? Why is the MCU in shambles? Why is Star Wars non-existent? Why are most films unbelievably cookie cutter and predictable as hell? The answer is actually extremely simple. Hollywood powerhouses have gotten way too bloated for their own good. And for the rest of this video, we're going to refer to these people as Vladimir. Vladimir had been in his glory for a while now. Vladimir has made some goodish films, some goodish shows, and has made an incomprehensible amount of money. So much money, in fact, that he can now self-fund his child rings with no strings attached. Vladimir has made so much money, in fact, that he's now lost even the little bit of care he once had for the art that has made him so successful. Vladimir has lost all pride in the art that has made him so much profit. So, Vladimir pushes out as many slop projects as humanly possible, not caring about how outrageous a due date is or how dumb the creator is. Vladimir doesn't see any actual value in something aside from how many cages it can buy him. Vladimir doesn't care about the art. He cares about how the content can make him money. And Vladimir definitely does not give a single shit about anyone who this negatively affects. Vladimir is what we call an asshole. So there you have it, folks. Corporate America has infiltrated and infected the art industry to the point of mass societal stupidity, with children who can't even read or write anymore, and adults who stopped critically thinking at the age of 18 because, well, thinking takes time, and time is money. So what now? What do we do? Are we all doomed to just get dumber and dumber as the years pass by? Or is there a way to combat this issue? And yes, there is. It's quite simple, actually. The public has to collectively stop watching and supporting this slop. The only way this shit show can come to an end is if we speak with our pockets. Stop paying for shitty subscriptions. Stop buying shitty tickets. Stop posting about shitty stuff positively online. Just stop all of it. And if you really want to see something to stay up to date, or just want to see something because why not, I'm not saying you can't do it. Just do it the cheapest way possible. You can put two and two together. But I can already hear what some of you are thinking. But what do I watch? What do I read? Whom should I dedicate my time and possibly money to? And how do I know if it's deserving? And to that I say, I'm so glad you asked, because I actually have a perfect example that I'm about to talk about. About 3 years ago now, I read a manga called Berserk. Berserk is a seinen manga specifically meant for adult men that tells the story of Guts, a brutish badass shrouded in black who wields a massive 6-foot sword and swears revenge on a certain someone. Now, I'll avoid spoilers for this video in case someone watching this wants to check it out, but to put it simply, Berserk is a story of growth and change. When we meet Guts, he seems to just be a one-dimensional monster-killing machine. But as the story unravels itself, you begin to understand that he's much more than that. You see Guts' whole life. You see how he develops certain traits. You see him struggle. You see him fall. You see him give in to temptation and rage, and you see him combat that same temptation and rage. You witness Guts' violent outbursts, but you're also with him as he cries and works through trauma that many of us relate to, even if we don't want to admit it. Guts was created with the idea in mind of creating a hyper-realistic example of all of us. He's so relatable and realistic that it's honestly absurd. And on top of the phenomenal character work, the attention to detail that creator Kentaro Miura put in can only be described as insanity. Miura would often go days at a time without sleep, with his editors frequently having to forcefully remove him from his work. Specifically, one crazy story actually happened not too long ago in which the head editor on his team was told by Miura himself that he loved drawing panels electronically because he was able to zero in on every individual pixel. What an absolute legend. And to further this point, let's compare this piece of art that Miura made to this one. The difference is staggering. Tragically though, Kentaro Miura passed away on May 6th of 2021. Miura died to acute aortic dissection. The man had so much love for his craft that he actually worked himself into an early grave. And this, my friends, is the kind of love and passion that is deserving of our praise. This is the type of passion that is deserving of your money. Not this toxic cookie-cutter corporate slop. And it's not like Berserk is the only story that's deserving of your time and praise. There is a ton of great stuff out there that is much, much better than the shit Vladimir is going to serve you. You just have to know where to look. And who knows, maybe if you guys want, I can make an extensive list detailing all the stuff I personally believe is worthy of your time. I can even make it into a video series if you guys really want me to. Let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see that. As always, guys, thank you for making it to the end of the video. Drop a like if you enjoyed, and leave me a well-worded hate comment if you didn't. But anyways, thank you all for your time. Let me know what kind of videos you want to see in the future, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.